She was one of the most admired women in the world, Mother Teresa, that angelic woman who devoted her life to the least of the least in the slums of Calcutta, India. The world's greatest leaders wanted to meet her and to experience her love, her moral authority. Have you ever seen pictures? She was just a diminutive woman who made such a difference in the world. Some years ago, a young man actually wrote a letter to Mother Teresa, asking her how he could make his life count as she had with hers. He waited 6 months for a reply from this very busy lady, and when it came, it was just a postcard with only 4 words on it, 4 very powerful words. Find your own Calcutta. Well, I'm Ron Hutchcraft, and I want to have a word with you today about a life that matters. Now, if you do just what comes naturally, you will live the kind of life most people do. Self-focused, self-centered, self-serving. But a life that's only as big as you are, that's just too small to live in. And you might be feeling an emotional and spiritual claustrophobia right now. Business as usual, it just isn't satisfying that restlessness in your heart, is it? Your life's full, but is it not really fulfilling? Find your own Calcutta. Find some people who need you and start pouring your life out for them, and the lid will come off your life. Jesus gave us an immortal, indelible picture of the 2 ways to live life in his classic story of the Good Samaritan. It's in Luke 10, beginning with verse 30, our word for today from the Word of God. A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho when he fell into the hands of robbers. They stripped him of his clothes, beat him, went away, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road, and when he saw the man, he passed by on the other side. As, by the way, did another religious leader who came by next. Jesus goes on, but a Samaritan came where the man was, and when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him and bandaged his wounds. He put the man on his own donkey, took him to an inn, and took care of him. Then Jesus went on to say that the Samaritan paid all the expenses of the beaten man's recovery, and that this Samaritan was the kind of neighbor he expects all of us to be. And there in that simple story, there's a picture of 2 lifestyles. You can be all about yourself, ignoring the needs of people in your path, or you can be about you stopping for people's needs, bearing the burdens of a bleeding world. I was really touched by a news report about a man whose choice might help you step up to a life that makes a far greater difference. It actually happened right after September 11th, and it said, David Townsend's perspective changed profoundly on September 11th. It says, from that moment forward, and here's what he said, I realize that we are not going to live forever. I feel an even greater sense of urgency, feel compelled to leave my mark on the world. It has changed my outlook totally and shaken me to the core. So apparently, according to the story, Townsend left his job to work in social services with the homeless and with urban churches. Here's his quote, September 11th reinforced in me the need to live a life that matters. I think that's the kind of life you want, isn't it? So learn to wake up each morning and ask yourself this question, who needs me today? Not who can meet my needs today. There are people in your personal circle, people in your community, who desperately need someone to care, someone to listen, someone to see them, someone to be there for them. And remember, there is no greater difference you can make in anyone's life than to introduce them to Jesus Christ and take them to heaven with you. That's an eternal difference. With however many years or a few years you have left, who knows? Live to make the greatest possible difference with the rest of your life.